I'm back. We have 14.2 miles to go to finish off my long trail hike. I'm at Barnes camping something or other. You saw the house, the place. Anyway, this area experienced Hurricane Beryl the other day, and there's a lot of road closures around. The trail is going to be crappy. It's not raining now, and I hope it won't rain. This is a nice window to hike. I got 14.2 miles to go, but the trail's going to be sloppy, muddy, wet. It's for mud again. So it's about 10 after 9. I have 7 miles to go. Get to Whiteface Shelter. If you remember, I came up this section when I came down off of Mount Mansfield in my last video. Well, one of the videos. I think it was like day 3 maybe. So I have about a 2,000 foot elevation climb to go to get up to Madonna Peak. So here we go, 14.2. Should end it tomorrow afternoon sometime. I'm going to take our time today. If I do a mile an hour like I was doing, I should get to Whiteface Shelter today about 4. So here we go. Now we're not going that way. We're going that way. I'm going to be sure I'm going to see a lot of this stuff. I'd rather see this than dried up streams like I did in the first half of my hike. So I came upon this. It's pretty cool. So I'm now hour and a half into my hike. The sun is trying to pop out. It's popped out. It goes behind the clouds. As long as it stops raining. It hasn't rained. Just the stuff in the trees. I can see in the distance there some clouds coming in. So we'll be in the clouds for a little bit. What else is new? I'll try and zoom in here, darn it. See, when I got, like 10 seconds ago, you could see the side of that mountain. But now the clouds are coming in, you can't see anything. See a little patch of blue? It's trying to clear up. Check this out. Popped out in this little area here. That's Mount Mansfield Ski Lodge down there. I remember when I was summiting Mansfield on day 3. And there's the ski trails, and you can't see Mansfield. It's up there, covered in clouds. But yeah, first decent view of the day. And as you can see, it's trying to clear up. Will I get 2 nice hiking days in a row? I don't know. Hasn't happened yet. There's another little shot. Now let's see if I can zoom in on the gondolas. There you can see them. So they have gondola rides up to the top of Mount Mansfield. And then you can, I guess, hike down. There's side trails. So we popped out of the woods into this little clearing here. We've been on trail now for about 2.5 hours, 11:45. As you can see, it's still kind of cloudy. We're in the clouds. And we're going to Sterling Pond and Sterling Pond Shelter, which is where we'll have lunch. And it's supposed to be typically on a nice day, nice view from the shelter. You can see Mount Mansfield and Madonna Peak, but we're not going to see either of those today. Seems to be typical of me and my hike and my views. So what looked like was clearing up obviously was not to be, because I've climbed, I really haven't climbed that high. Now I'm going down, which doesn't make me happy because I still have to go over Madonna Peak. Alright, figure I'd show you. I guess next stop is Sterling Pond Shelter. This is Sterling Pond. Several people up here. Shelter's close by and you can get a little clear. We are at the top of the notch, as you can see. This is a ski area. And you can see, sorry about that, folks, but you can see a little bit down there. You can see where the cloud cover line is. But yeah, this is a ski area. And we're just a few steps away from this Sterling Pond Shelter, which is where we're going to have some lunch. Passed a few people down there at the Sterling Pond. As you saw, they were enjoying themselves. So let's go to the shelter, check it out. All right, came out of the little woods here, and we're at a ski lift. And still following those white blazes. I guess we could go this way. Oh, we go into here. You know what? If it had any views, I would have probably had lunch up there. Up in that, whatever that is. The ski departure, embarkation point, debarkation point, I don't know. But yeah. But we'll go back in the woods. Oh, we've made it to Sterling Pond Shelter. It's a big shelter. Three and a half miles to Whiteface Shelter. That's where I'm camping for the night. And this was a nice day. There's a seat here. I'm getting teaser cloud openings, you know, like that. But then you know, soon in like 30 seconds, it's covered. But this is Sterling Pond. And this is the shelter. So we're going to have lunch here. I'm going to have lunch here. Not me. There's nobody else here. Although I did pass it through a Sobo through hiker. He's on day 5. And there is a caretaker here. And his setup is right over there. And he's right over there. There's a caretaker. So we're going to have lunch. So we're heading to Madonna Peak. And I come to another ski run. We're about 0.3 miles from Madonna Peak. Still cloudy. But yeah, this is probably a ski run. Huh. Oh, I can see the sign down there. I don't know if I can pick it up. Oh, right down. I don't know if you can see it. Right in the middle of the screen. That's the ski sign. The trees are covering it up. The leaves are. But yeah, 0.3 from Madonna's Peak. Hopefully, well, wouldn't it be nice if clouds broke up in like 10 minutes? Well, it's point 3. It's going to take me maybe 20 minutes to get there. We popped out of the woods. Get a little bit of a view, hopefully. Oh, you can see Mansfield. That's Mount Mansfield right there. I have to go up this freaking steep climb here. Popped out of the woods. Yep, that's Mansfield. Okay. And I see a house up there. That's the top of Adonis Peak probably. Let's go get it. All right, we are on top of Adonis Peak. This is the top of Smuggler's Notch. This is the top of the notch. And there's the notch below. And there's Mount Mansfield right over there. Yep. That's it. I wish the clouds would just clear. Give me a nice shot. But there's the valley below. LT goes right behind me. So we're going to sit on this platform here for a few minutes and take in the view. Look at that weird mushroom. So anyway, we're coming down Madonna Peak, and as usual, well, this is one of the flatter areas, so I'm able to film a little bit. But as usual, when you come down from a peak, you got some very steep climbs, and with it being wet, you have to pay a lot of attention. Fortunately, my shoes that I have, Olympus Ultra, brand is Olympus version 4. They really adhere to the wet rock. It's just that I got to get it in my head that it works, that it does. I'm fighting my head more than I'm letting my shoes do the work. So anyway. I haven't seen a whole lot of blowdowns today. I've seen 2, really, in the 4 or 5 miles I've done. I was expecting a lot more, because this area was one of the hardest areas hit in the storm. But really, trail conditions, aside from being wet, have been pretty good. Of course, everything on me is wet. You know, that's standard. Okay, so here's one of these rocks I'm telling you about. See? I gotta get in my head that I'm not gonna slip. Let my shoes do the work. Alright, I figured I'd just show you a little bit of the trail conditions this afternoon. Here's a nice ski trail view of the valley below. So this, you can't see it. Let me step back a minute. So that peak that you see right there in the middle of the screen is Whiteface Mountain. And that's what we have to go up and over tomorrow. We're going to camp at the base of that mountain tonight. I'm only 1.5 miles away, and it's only 2:45. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Figured I'd get it for you. So here's some of the good signage they got here. Signage is good. Sometimes the blazes are a little lacking, but so I've gone, according to this, I've gone 6.2 miles today. And Vermont 15, which is the end, is 9.1, and Whiteface Shelter is 1.5 miles. We're at camp. It's 5 o'clock. Got here about 4. It took me an hour to set up, get changed. So we're all settled in. next is dinner. And fortunately, I have a cell signal over here. So I'll be able to call my #1 trail angel. Let him know I'm good. This is an old shelter. And I'm not the only one living here. Looks like we got some termite action going here. Good thing I'm sleeping in my hammock. I want this thing falling apart. And according to some of the comments for this shelter, there's a lot of mice that live around here, which I can see they'd be underneath here. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like shelters. Don't like shelters. So let's see. We did about 7.6 today. And we have about 7 tomorrow. No, 7.2. We have 7 tomorrow to finish up our 14.2 section. It's still overcast. Every time I got to an area where I could see something, you know, you saw it, I saw it, saw nothing. I saw little views. I'm the only one here again, thank goodness. I did run into another thru hiker, the Sobo guy, and he's on day 5, right before Sterling Pond. And let's see, Whiteface Shelter is a direct, we have to go up, no, shelter. I'm at Whiteface Shelter. We have to go up Whiteface Mountain tomorrow, right off the gate, half a mile to the summit. And then it's down. It's really, I mean, it's just right down all the way to Vermont Route 15. So it should be smooth sailing tomorrow. And it's supposed to be nice. According to mountain weather forecast, it's supposed to clear up this afternoon, and it's supposed to be nice tomorrow, sunny. So that's good. So I'm not going to upload. I'm not going to upload 2 days. I'm just going to combine day 1 and day 2 because it's such a short section, only 14.2 miles. So I will end this here, and I'll say goodnight. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow on the trail. God bless. Good morning, family and friends. Day 2 of my long trail section odyssey. Finishing up today. Clear skies, finally. Spent the night in the shelter with 2 other Sobo thru hikers. Guys in their 40s. It was a good night. Rained, of course. We got a steep climb up to the face of summit of Whiteface Mountain, about a half mile. You can see the clear skies. So we got 7.2 to Route 15, and that'll end. We'll finish our section hike. So let's go. I know this camera doesn't do this justice, but you can't really tell how steep this section is. I mean, you're talking grab onto a root and pull you up. That's what I'm talking about. And you got these slippery rocks. And fortunately, we had these roots, but you have to hit the roots perpendicular, not parallel, because you hit parallel, it's like a sheet of ice. And you gotta, sometimes I throw my trekking poles up there so that I can get up, grab hold, find a root, something. There we go. Oof. Pick up my sticks and keep going. Okay, this doesn't require 2 hands. I've reached the top of Whiteface Mountain, my last mountain to climb on the long trail. Now I have to descend a very steep, well, not as, it was very steep going up, not, according to the map, not as steep going down. But honestly, I'm a little saddened, a little melancholy. Like I said at the end of my AT trip, every step forward is a memory left behind. It truly is. I've had some good days and some bad days. But you know what? As long as you're hiking, it's always good. So the views over there, I think I'll just forego that because there's no views. I mean, there's trees everywhere, and it's just my luck because it's nice and clear out. It's blue sky. So hopefully we'll get some views on the way down. So let's go. So we decided to check out the view here, and that's Madonna Peak we went over yesterday. And of course, in the clouds is Mansfield. It's funny, when I did my hike 2 weeks ago, that was in the clear for days, but it was so hot and humid. Now the weather comes through and you can't barely see it. That's how it looked like when I went over it.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, this is a science lesson. This is moose scat. Yeah, it's all over the place right in this section. I mean, it's everywhere. Must have been a herd of them coming through here. You know, this is a trail for humans, but it's also a trail for animals as well. Wow, look at it all over the place here. So I met a guy up on the summit there, the guy that you heard in my video when we were looking at Madonna Peak. He actually thru-hiked the trail when I did. I needed a flip-flop as well, but he was I was a week ahead of him, as it turns out. And we're comparing people we hiked with. He tried to catch the Suttons, but he didn't manage to do so. Anyway, we're heading down off of Whiteface Mountain. It hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be, but we're not down yet, so I'm sure I'm going to come into some really tricky sections, and there's supposed to be a lot of slabs, rock slab I have to be careful of. This big old rock here out of nowhere. Nice stream. We get 6 miles to Route 15. It's 10 o'clock. Now, usually that would take me 3 hours, but from here on out, although the trail gets a lot more negotiable. It's pretty steep going down. So the next shelter is about 2 miles away, and we'll have some lunch there, our last lunch on the trail. Finally, we got a superhighway stretch. Nice and flat. No obstacle courses. No technical climbing. No technical descents. Just flat trail. I think it's like this all the way to Route 15. I'm going to stop at the last shelter in about 1.5 miles, and whew, I just went through a spider web. Damn it, I hate when that happens. All over my face. I'm going to cook we're going to make some lunch. My son Jordan made freeze-dried mac and cheese. I'm going to try that. I'm going to cook that. The trail's still muddy, but like I said, our technical climbing and descents have all but ended. So we're just sloshing through the trail here, folks. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Vermud. Gotta love it. Finally made it to Barrow Hollow Shelter. I took a wrong turn, went 1/4 mile out of my way. It's a really sloppy, muddy area. I realized I wasn't on the trail anymore. So I had to backtrack. Now I'm here. So I'll cook some lunch and rest a little bit. I only got 4 miles left. Had lunch at Bear Hollow Shelter. Sorry about that, I thought it was too close. And you see the trail. Quite a difference from what I've experienced before. I have about a little less than 4 miles. Is it starting to rain? It's been a beautiful day. How can it be raining? Yeah, it's raining. Holy crap. Well, it's not reaching the floor here. Wow. Anyway, I got about a little less than 4 miles to go. Will be this nice. There's the turns over there, but I don't see a trail over there. Anyway, very perplexing. It's actually raining. Ha! Unbelievable. All right, put the phone away. Of course, this is Vermont's goodbye song to me. It would have to. I couldn't leave on a perfectly sunny day. Has to rain. This is a logging operation. A long trail comes out here someplace. But you know what? My problem with the long trail is the signage is not great. So now I don't know if I have to go left or right. There's nothing here that tells me. Oh, okay, now I have to go right. There's a blaze. So it's not really raining anymore. But I find when I have my umbrella up, the bugs don't bother me. As soon as I took the umbrella down, I got swarmed. So therefore, it's kind of like my bug net, which I have with me, but of course it's buried at the bottom of my pack. So we'll just keep this on and walk along this road. I don't know how far this road is, but this is the longest road walk, I think, in Vermont. I got out in the open, and there was one stinking rain cloud over me. Everything else was clear blue sky. Unfreaking believable. Like I said, Vermont's swan song. Goodbye to me. Get out of here. Go back to Jersey. Yeah, I didn't know this is going to be a 3-mile road walk. I mean, not that I don't mind it, but the other problem I have is, again, it's not well blazed. I had to keep on looking on the map on my Far Out app to make sure I'm still on the trail. You know, they could even though I'm a member of the Green Mountain Club, I'm going to donate a couple extra bucks for spray for paint. Crying out loud. If it wasn't for my Far Out app and the map, I wouldn't know if I'm still on the trail or not. Blazes are few and far between. So I'm about a mile from my final destination. Still my umbrella up. Bugs are staying away. It's unbelievable. Plus, when I get into the sun doesn't shine on me. So, yeah, it's serving as a bug net and a sun reflector. Very cool. Long trail north. Half mile. It's probably the last long trail sign I'll see. This is the Lamolille River. I had to cross that when I was out here 2 weeks ago on a Saturday. I hear there's a bypass now because it's flooded. But it doesn't look too bad, the river, at least right here. Wow, I told Jeff I'd take I do 4.5. I do 4 miles in 2.5 hours. I've done it in my normal 2 hours because I didn't know there'd be a 3-mile road walk. Oh well. It's 10:02. I left it. Actually, I left it quarter after 12. So, and then 2 miles in about an hour and a half. No, hour and 45. 4 miles. Sorry, 4 miles. Because again, flat road. Almost there. Oh, we dipped that back into the woods for one last time. Actually, I saw a sign back there. It said Vermont 108, where I started yesterday, 15.2. I thought it was 14.2. So I had to tack an extra mile on there. Coming through the woods, out to the road. Then we got to walk a little bit, I think, to the left. Yeah. We have to go to the left. Because there's the parking lot, I believe. There. So I got dropped off 2 weeks ago today. Or maybe, yeah, I think 2 weeks ago today. Coming to the end, baby. Come to the end of the Long Trail Odyssey hike. Yep. Here we are. This is where I got dropped off. And this is where I began. I've connected the dots. I'm done. We are done. Yes. Another trail conquered. Now I just gotta wait for Jeff. All right. Yep, that's where I started. We'll wrap this thing up in a little bit. So here's my buddy Jeff picked me up. We're celebrating with our I brought a couple of beers, so we're celebrating. Yeah.
They're not long trails this time, but they taste good.
I tried to find some long trails, but I couldn't. This is Mansfield here. This is what I tried to get a picture of yesterday, but it was shrouded in clouds. So yeah, that's Mansfield.
That would be the Chin right there.
The Chin, okay.
Oh, and actually, if you come over here, there's the nose right there.
Oh, that's the nose?
That's the nose.
That's the nose.
And all the radio TV towers.
Yeah, I saw them when I was up there.
Yep.
And then going along, what is this little hump right here?
Well, actually, that hump is probably the Chin. That's the summit up there.
Yeah.
And then there's this knoll that's just, below the summit.
Oh, so that's the Chin. Yeah. Okay, so that's the summit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that right before the Chin? What is that? Is that the nose?
No, that's the nose. Yeah, and there's just
then the
ridge
summit.
line, the summit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it goes down. All right.
It just looks different up close in person. Huh?
It sure does. That's nice. Yesterday it was in clouds.
Pitches for Luis Gil when he is throwing competitive pitches.
Well, I'm relaxing here. You got a nice shower. I honestly, I feel beat up after 15 miles. It's unbelievable. I got bruises on both sides of my hips where the where my belt was, my hip belt was, and I fell, hit my tailbone, and that's all bruised. I did 15 miles. I feel beaten up. But I didn't even feel this bad when I finished 8 days 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand the bruises on my hip belt. So I have to figure that out. Anyway, so this is it. Our epic long trail hike is done. I don't see me not coming back here. I do see me coming back here a lot, especially up in Newbury, Vermont, which is where a lot of my family is buried, and up in Montpelier. Well, I'm in Montpelier right now. Actually, in Berlin is where a lot of my grandparents and my aunt and uncle are buried. Anyway, I'm rambling. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate your commitment to those that are committed to watching me for whatever reason. I enjoy it though. Thanks again. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next trail.